Good day, this 237th day, Meaningful Moments, 365 days. Yesterday, I had a little meaningful moment and shared with you about turning off cell phones and tuning in. And inevitably the question comes up, but why change? What I'm doing is seeming to work perfectly fine. And we ask this question often, but why change when things are, working out a certain way? We ask it as if though it's even a question that we have a choice of change. Like our physical bodies are changing all the time. In fact, every 7 years we have a brand new body. Our cells are literally regenerating, changes happening within us, changes happening all around us if you haven't noticed. And we still ask the question, but why change? We can't help but to change. But for purposes of amusing ourselves with the question, but why change, and going back to the meaningful moment yesterday about turning off cell devices and tuning in, all that kind of stuff, it's not like, okay, we have all this information that we receive from a number of sources, credible sources, worthwhile sources, proof, scientifically speaking, sources, and still we waver and we question. And it's okay to do that in our process, because we have to have something as a motivator and a reason for why we want to make a change, especially if we seem to be kind of coasting along or seeming like things are going okay. But this idea of when we decide, I think maybe I'd like to try something different, has to come from something within ourselves. So putting aside all that information that we get, how do we arrive to that moment of accepting, embracing a change? It really has to come from something in ourselves, an awareness. I call it the expansion of our own consciousness, and in the collective consciousness too, where we've suddenly got kind of just have to work with, I have to make a change. So whether it's in our food or some part of our lifestyle or whatever that might be for you, and we all come to face it one way or another, let it come from something where we recognize what that resistance is within ourselves, where we recognize how it's served us, so that we can actually say thank you and farewell. Because nothing is an effective change, and I don't mean a permanent change. I mean, nothing is an effective change until we actually can get to the foundation, the roots of why it was present in our lives. And that allows us to actually open the way for something new to come that will also serve us for a period of time. Because everything on this plane is temporal, and this whole life is temporal. And inevitably, like all life form, it changes. So, with that meaningful moment today, in this kind of joyful circling around of this topic that has played a theme in my life and for all of us through the cycles of our lives. Blessings upon your day. Aho.